from a distance. Hi guys, that's what how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Today I'm reviewing the latest release and the latest addition to the Calvin Klein Euphoria line. That sounded like a poem. This one came out this year, it's the latest one, as I said. And the first thing I'll tell you, they are portraying this to be not a flanker of Calvin Klein's Euphoria. There are 13. Variations, bottles, spring versions, blah 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 blah. This one they are trying to create, they're trying to portray it as being a standalone fragrance in the line. They want it to be a new pillar of Euphoria. It's aimed at the younger market, apparently, according to Fragrantica. And recently I managed to get my hands on 2 samples of it. Not 1, but 2, from a shop assistant in London. Those of you in the UK will realise what I'm talking about there. It's very hard to get samples in the UK if you don't purchase anything. But I managed to get 2, so yay me. So it's described as a vibrant chypre floral. If you don't know what chypre is, go check out my Jargon Buster video I did the other day. It's really, really good. But I would say that it's more of a floral fruity upon smelling it. It's really, really cool. I like what it is. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, but I do like the difference in it. It doesn't really smell anything like the original. I'll say that from the get-go. The only similarity I would say would probably be that there is a slight woody tone going on, and the original one was very, very woody. So let's go through the notes with you. So the top notes are white pepper, mandarin leaf, and then there's a scent molecule in here called cascalone. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but that's what it is. It's a scent molecule that's supposed to give the impression of cold, clear water, which to me smells like nothing, cold, clear water. But that's where I think the deep ties in, maybe. I'm not sure. Were they going for something deep, watery, or is it just more the colour and the packaging? I don't know. I felt like the way this smells, I feel like that might have been put in there just for effect. Maybe, you know, when you read a description and you say, oh, that sounds really cool, that it's got the odour of stone in it. This one says it's supposed to have cold, clear water, but yeah, I think it's probably just a little bit gimmicky in that respect. Yeah. I think it's more deep in terms of the colour and the odour as opposed to this cascalone thing. So it doesn't really come to fruition in the fragrance at all. The heart notes are Black Magic Rose. When I read this, I thought, what's going on here? Is this another fantasy accord they've put in? Upon research, I found out it is an actual type of rose. It's a very deep, dark red rose that looks like this. And when roses get to that much depth of colour, they are called black roses. I think this one's actually got black tinges on the petals as well. So you can imagine it's going to be a very dark, rich kind of rose as opposed to like a tea rose or a very light pink rose. Then it has sambac jasmine and white peony. Sambac jasmine, amazing note, love it, love it, love it. And then the base notes are patchouli and musk. So what does it smell like? It's drying on this hand, I haven't said that for ages. And I'm going to spray it wet on this hand. Oh, I'll quickly read you what it says in the card here. It says, liberated, empowered, sensual. An alluring freshness gives way to a steamy magic rose at the heart, leaving a trail of undeniable femininity. So, the opening's lovely. The opening is quite vibrant. The white pepper's giving it a bit of a spark. Just for reference, I will say this reminds me of, I immediately thought of, if any of you know, and just hopefully this helps you, Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret, a long discontinued fragrance. Also, Rougeberry by Body Shop. Just for those of you that know, just to get you in the idea. If you don't know, I'll carry on anyway. The pepper is just there, like I said, it's just giving it a bit of spark. But what I really feel in this is, like I said, it smells more fruity than floral. I always have this thing when I smell a designer fragrance that has floral notes, unless it's a full-on floral, the florals usually get disguised by something else. It's a bit of a weird one for me. I can never put my finger on it, but although this is described as a chypre floral, and they do go on about this black magic rose being the solid heart of the fragrance, it actually opens more fruity. And what fruits, you may ask? if I had to liken it to anything, I would say it's more along a forest berry kind of smell. Maybe raspberries, although they're not really foresty, but it's like a very dark berry kind of smell, almost like raspberries, with a little spark of pepper, and there's a little bit of vibrance going on in there as well. It's nothing like the original, I have to say that again. But then it's not supposed to be. Maybe cranberries? I don't know, something like that. I will say that they nailed the packaging, the colour of this. It smells like that colour. If you can imagine that colour, that deep, almost maroon, dark red kind of colour. If that had a smell, they definitely nailed that. I'm just not sure about the deep side of it. There is a tartness to it as well, and that's what makes me... It brings it on home that I do think that it's like more of a berry type smell. There's a tartness going on there, as well as the kind of spark of white pepper, which is unusual. I did think it was going to be way more floral, so it's not bad, it's still really nice. It has got a youthful vibe to it as well, which, tick, again, they've aimed it in the right way. I don't like to put boxes on things, you know, or put fragrances in categories in that type of respect, but I can see why they would make this composition for younger people as opposed to the original. Does that make sense? So waiting. Well, this is the second sample I've had, and I've hardly got any left, so I've worn it 3 or 4 times now. It's when it starts to dry over here, it goes a bit softer. I have no idea where this almost vanillic kind of tone comes from. It's like a soft, very faint vanilla gets added into the mix, and while I'm waiting for this jasmine and this amazing black magic rose to come out, I don't feel that it jumps out. I can't sense that. I don't know if... It makes me feel like I'm anosmic to certain roses. I have no idea what's going on, but it's definitely pleasant and it's definitely easy to wear. I couldn't imagine anyone saying, oh, that smells horrible at all. In terms of the deep, I get what they mean by that. It's verging on something you could wear at night, but it could easily translate to day as well. It really is quite simple but effective is what I'll say with this one. Not groundbreaking. There's nothing that makes me go, wow! But it's a nice addition, definitely, and it's a nice veer off from the original Euphoria line. I like that. I did my crazy thing when I was wearing this today. When I was on the way home, I was walking around the street doing my crazy walk behind my hand thing to try and get the sillage and how it smells in the air. And in the air, it smells a little bit cleaner, actually. A little bit more feminine, a little bit more sultry. But overall, it's, I mean, to finish it off, I mean, this is the dry stage here, and it's got that kind of perfumey berry twang going on. I know perfumey berry is very, just really, really generic, but that's just how I feel about it, I'm sorry. It's really nice, and it does settle to just a gentle waft, like how it's supposed to. But it feels a bit cleaner on the dry down. I'm not sure where that comes from. You've got patchouli and musk. It must be the musk, just giving it a little bit of cleanliness. Patchouli I don't smell at all. Patchouli is a very green note, it's leafy, it's a little bit earthy, it's quite rough. This doesn't have any of that, it's more of a smooth thing than anything else. So, really pleasant, tiny bit tart and a tiny bit sharp in the dry down, and that's pretty much it. In terms of longevity, it performs, it's a medium, it's a medium for me, it's about 6 hours. The opening is much more interesting than the dry down. But yeah, that's it, that's my review of Deep Euphoria by Calvin Klein. This fragrance is just available on beautyspin.co.uk. I'll put links below, go and check it out. It's obviously going to be reduced. Why not get your perfume cheaper? I know I do. Ow. I'm Minogue, click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye!